Conversation is Coffee with Willie McNair. Welcome back.
Alright, y'all, we back at it again with another episode of Conversation is Coffee. Today for you, we have a good entrepreneur. So, every week we kind of try to feature an entrepreneur around the nation, an urban entrepreneur. And today we have Yolanda Holliday for you. She has a lot of goodies in store for you. Make sure you like, subscribe. Don't miss a beat. Don't skip a second of this video. Make sure you leave some comments below. Let us know what you think. And share. You know what I mean? Like, tell a friend and tell a friend. We always bring it to you the best of the best urban entrepreneurs in the United States. And it doesn't matter wherever you're at. If you're an entrepreneur, we're going to host you on Conversations Coffee, just like we hosted Yolanda. Make sure you watch the whole entire video. Make sure you tap in with Yolanda. I have all her information in the description below. And again, it's Conversations Coffee. And stay tuned for the episode. Don't skip a beat.
Hey, Lazy.
Alright, y'all, we back at get another episode of Conversation is Coffee. Today I have with me Yolanda. So Yolanda has some goodies in store for us today. And with that being the case, make sure you like, subscribe. I'll have all of our information in the comments below. Make sure you hit us up on all social media platforms. Again, Yolanda, so what do you have for us?
Well, first, thank you for having me.
You're very welcome.
My name is Yolanda Holliday, and I actually am the founder and CEO of two organizations. I wanted to have a wine bar and a cigar lounge that was inclusive for all people, someplace that's people that look like me can come and feel welcomed. So Uncorked Smoke was the business plan, and I have been looking throughout the city of Charlotte for the perfect location, and I came across two big roadblocks. One was finding a location that was open to my type of business for my clientele. And the second was the product. What makes us different is we're looking to feature products that's produced by women, Black winemakers, LGBTQ. We want to make sure those that are underrepresented are represented in our business. Yeah. And so going through the 3-tier system, we learned that the biggest issue was they couldn't get distribution.
Yeah.
So working with winemakers, working with the ABC board, they said we can do an exception. And with that exception, you can become a wine distributor, but you have to keep it as two separate businesses. So we have Uncorked Smoke, which is a wine bar, cigar lounge coming to Charlotte, North Carolina, currently offering experiences. And then we also have Onyx Zealot Distributor, which is the first Black woman wine distribution company for the state of North Carolina.
That's outstanding. That is definitely outstanding. So, so we have the business, right? We have all the shortcomings that have been presented. However, I'm pretty sure we have a couple of workarounds in place, and we're kind of getting things going. So even though you kind of did hint on it, right? So what kind of gave you the what is your why, right? I know you kind of expanded on a little bit, but just to give me a little bit more.
Why? I am passionate about entrepreneurship. I am passionate about Black businesses. I feel like there is a quote by Nelson Mandela that says, it wasn't, and I'm going to mess it up, but you're going to get what the actual thought behind it is. It wasn't that my people weren't good at what they were doing. Yeah. It was that they lacked the opportunity. Yeah. And I feel like as more of us are advancing and we're reaching back and bringing more of us along, then that's when we make a true change to the economics, building wealth for all of our people.
Exactly.
I agree with that. I agree with that because honestly speaking, like if you go into any type of business, and you can honestly reach back and grab somebody, especially when you get established, it's almost like shame on you. But in the same sense, I understand most people don't have the time, most people don't have the opportunity, they don't have that mindset to actually teach or reach back and actually grab somebody.
Make the time.
You know what I mean? I mean,
Make
you
the time.
can always do that. You can always do that. So, what is the other goodie we have in store here today? The other business.
So, Onyx Zealot is a wine distribution company, and we will feature brands that are not currently on the market. So, if you're looking for, we have over 1,000 black winemakers in the U.S., and they make up less than 1% of the industry.
Okay.
How do you grow that number? You grow that number by giving these winemakers opportunities.
Yeah.
Also, how do you diversify the market? So by us bringing these brands into the market, we're now diversifying the market, and we're looking to do business with all businesses. All retail, ABC, licensed businesses can sell our product. The more business we're able to get these winemakers, the faster they're able to grow because now they're getting revenue generated for their business. So we'll take that number from less than 1% of the industry to eventually 5% of the industry. And then 10%, we'll keep growing. And the more we support and the more you support by going out to your local Food Lions, Total Wines, wine bars, hotels, and you ask for these brands, the more in demand they'll be, and that'll help us as an industry grow and diversify.
Wow. All about diversity here.
Yes.
So with that being the case, let me throw you a curveball. It's not really a curveball, but it's a question I like to ask a lot of the times. And that question is like, what would you give to yourself years ago when you first started out, and before you got into the wine industry, before you got into the distribution industry? Like, what would you give yourself? What would you what would you give a younger person coming up behind you? What would you give them as advice?
Okay, so for advice, one is never give up.
Yeah.
When you hear that voice in the back of your head, that's normal. That voice is saying, can you really do this? Do you belong? Push past that. Learn to push past that, because what's the worst that's going to happen? The worst that's going to happen is that didn't work out, but then you go to the next thing. You have to be strong. Build relationships. Don't be afraid or feel someone is outside of your network. If you sit down and you have a simple conversation with someone, you will learn so much. They'll learn so much about you, and then that is a person that can always vouch for you.
Yeah.
Yes, I sat down, I had this conversation with this person. Their head is on straight. They're going to do great things, and they're telling people in the room that you're not even in. And so when you walk in, they're going to be like, "Oh, I heard about you," or "Yeah, you sound familiar. I know a little bit about your business."
Yeah. So basically, in essence, there's nothing wrong with sitting down at a table of people you don't know.
Right.
So that they can actually get more familiarized with you, more familiarized with your products, your service, your goods, kind of like Competition's Coffee. Because I mean, basically, essentially, that's all it is.
Become comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Okay. So, are there any other inspirational thoughts you want to give the viewers out there of Competition's Coffee?
I would say for inspiration, if you dream it, write it out, create that plan, and go after it. There are opportunities out there. You just sometimes have to dig and turn some rocks to find them, but there are opportunities out there.
Yeah. So we got a vision of the past. We got a vision of what's going on right now, and let's say 5 years from now, Yolanda the brand, what do we see ourselves?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So for the right now, you're right. We have the vision, and although we don't have the building, we're still going out. It's coming. Can't find someone that wants to lease it to you, buy it.
Yeah.
Just changes the plan, but you keep going. But we're coming to you, and we're doing these experiences. So if you was to walk into our building, what would you experience? Now you can get a group of your friends together, and we'll bring it to you.
Yeah.
5 years from now, we're looking to be fully established, have at least the North Carolina location open, offering wine and cigars to consumers that are looking for diversity in their products, that want to learn more about what other winemakers look like than the traditional ones you see on the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, in addition to that, the distribution business will be throughout the state of North Carolina, as well as some other states in the Southeast.
Okay.
So as far as what does the brand Yolanda, what will it look like in 5 years? It's an empire.
Yes, I've seen that.
It is bringing up not only my business, but other businesses that look like me.
Yeah.
The industry has a little more diversity because they can't really stop, us in numbers.
Yeah,
They can try to stop us one at a time, but they can't really stop us in numbers. And then the industry as well is a little more accepting of us.
Yeah.
And they won't put up such a resistance when we are trying to enter the market and do our own thing.
Yeah. Because, you know, all things happen in due time and in good time.
It does.
You know, so with that being said, any final thoughts?
Please support.
Yes.
Yes. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook.
Okay.
Uncorked Smoke and Onyx Zealot. And Onyx Zealot actually stands for Black Disruptor.
Oh, I didn't know that. Education.
It's a disruptor to the industry. First Black winemaker for the state. And so we thought the name was appropriate.
Okay.
So yes, please support. If you see a brand out there and you want to try it, we'll always list the retail locations that's carrying it. But go into a retail location that don't have it and ask for it.
Yeah.
And tell them they can find it by coming through Onyx Zealot. Dream, reach back and bring someone with you. And I think that we can change the landscape of what business looks like today.
Wow. So, unfortunately, that's it, folks. But we got a lot of education that actually went through this episode. Make sure you like and watch the whole entire episode. Make sure you actually go back and watch it again because it's just that good. Yolanda has a lot of good products that she put out there for the people. And again, this is the urban community of CIC. This is Conversations Coffee. And guess what? Until next time, we out.